YouTube Nation, Man Event TV, aka Me TV, aka my posse is on Broadway, and I say that, gamers, because we're going to have to form up a posse after what has happened this week. And I say it because today's show is brought to you by Red Dead Redemption. That's right, because I'm telling you now, it's going to feel like the Wild West today between the war of words between gamers and developers. Now, I want to say thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you for sending me the information. And also, let's get on today's show because we have a lot of news to get to. Man, I'm telling you, this news is going to piss a lot of people off, all right? Piss me off, I know that. Piss me off. But let's get into this because let's start off with the PlayStation 3, all right? First off, the PS3 has been hacked again. That's right, this time it's been another jailbreak, all right? So any way you see it, it doesn't matter what Sony does, it's going to get jailbreaked. No matter what type of, defense or security they have, they're going to find a way through it. They're going to find a way, Sony. So you might as well just cut your losses. Like I said before, you started all this and invited the hackers to do it anyway. So you're getting what you deserve. Now, I want to say this, Xbox fans, before you start laughing at Sony again, understand 2 weeks ago, I told you guys how, accounts were being compromised by FIFA. And then I showed you the guy's blog. He said, they took all the money in his marketplace and Microsoft wouldn't help him or wouldn't even tell him what was compromising his information. Well, now, it's been a couple weeks, and now apparently tons of reports have come out. Xbox Live users are suffering from hacked accounts from FIFA 11 and 12 purchases, all right? And Microsoft has a response, but that's not the point. The point is, this should not be happening at this point. Remember, you Xbox guys, you pay for this security. You paid for it, and you're not getting it, apparently. Also, in more hacking news, Turbine is warning people of accounts that they've been compromised. So anybody who has an account with Turbine, your account's probably been compromised. I would check it out if I were you. The link is in the info bar. Also, in more hacking news, Anon, that's right, all you guys who hate Anonymous for what they did to the PS3, understand that Anon right now has taken aim at someone else. They've gone after bigger fish at this point, all right? And they're trying to take down a child pornography sex ring. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, let's look at the video of that real quick.
I'm Blake Hansen for the Huffington Post. A rogue group of vigilante hackers associated with the hacking collective Anonymous are targeting child pornography. They're highlighting a little-known internet underworld called the Darknet, which most casual internet users don't access. Here's a message the group posted on YouTube.
The growing trade of child pornography has become a major problem. While government organizations have put much effort into the dismantling of individuals and websites dedicated to this repulsive trade, the providers of this content have grown frustrated and moved their trades into a much seedier place known as the Darknet.
Gawker reports the main target of Anonymous's attacks is a website called Lolita City, which a group says hosts more than 100 gigabytes of child porn and sees hundreds of thousands of views each day. Ironically, the reason it's a safe haven for pedophiles, anonymity. Gawker explains. Lolita City lives on the Darknet, a sort of shadow internet hidden from most internet users. The Darknet has sprung up around a service called Tor, which lets anyone host websites and browse the web anonymously with an easy-to-use suite of software. Tor is primarily aimed at protecting activists from oppressive governments and ensuring privacy for normal internet users. The use of Tor for porn instead of activism has irked hackers, Gawker writes, and might have triggered the attack. And Anonymous isn't stopping with Lolita City, it's also waging cyber warfare against its web hosts. And in a press release, the group said anyone that promotes child pornography could be going down. The owners and operators at Freedom Hosting are openly supporting child pornography. For this, Freedom Hosting has been declared #OpDarknet enemy #1. We will continue to not only crash Freedom Hosting's server, but any other server we find to contain, promote, or support child pornography. The hacking collective seems to have had some success. ZDNet reports Freedom Hosting is down, and the group exposed 1,500 names associated with internet child pornography. But a writer for the site says this kind of internet policing can be a legal gray area. Powerful vigilantes going after pedophiles. As appealing as it might sound to scorch the earth where sickness lies, serious questions are being raised about certain aspects of this campaign, and concerns may emerge about possible interference with the law enforcement activity that might already be in place. For the Huffington Post, I'm Blake Hansen.
In more hacking news, Battlefield 3, which has recently come out, has already been hacked. That's right, it's already been hacked. The servers have been pretty much taken over, and it's the PC version. That's right, and already people have cheated just to get all these kills so they can be on top of the leaderboard. If you haven't seen the screenshot yet, let's look at that. In more Battlefield 3 news, alright guys, Battlefield 3 loses $2 million on launch day due to pirates. That's right. Now, guys, I'll say this. Before you say, oh, you're feeling bad for EA or DICE or whatever, hold your judgment. Please. After what I got to tell you after this, yeah, you're going to be mad, all right? So, I'll put it like this. You're sitting here, Dyson said that the PC platform was the best platform to go with, and yet the PC version is the one that's getting pirated the most. Understand that, all right? Now, the writer goes on to say that, the reason it's being hacked is because, gamers are being cheapskates. And no, that's not it. Because, even though he says that, Gabe Newell steps up and says, piracy is an issue of service and not price. That's what he says. So as far as I'm concerned, I can see a split on this one. So gamers, I'm not going to say anything on this. This is, between you guys who think that's correct and it's not correct. It's up to you guys. That's the split. That's the divide. However, I got to talk about you crazy-ass fans, all right? Because gamers are starting to disappoint me in the... Oh, my God, you have no idea. Look, DICE acknowledges a fan who pre-orders 28 copies of Battlefield 3. Yes, you want to know why? To prevent his friends from playing Call of Duty. Now, how many times have I said, when I say, I'm not going to buy a game, I'm just going to tell my friends not to buy it as well, that's an attach rate, that's word of mouth. Well, guess what? This is what this guy is doing. That's exactly what he's doing. 28 copies. That is ridiculous. And there's no way you can be for a game that much or a company that much. Because right afterwards, anybody who played the beta for Battlefield 3, and, they got the full, product, and a lot of gamers are saying that they were in the beta, and now the controls are different than what it was, for the final build. Well, the developers have come out and addressed that. They said anyone who feels that the controls have been changed are on crack. Literally, they said, you're on crack. You gotta be fucking kidding me. That's your response? Seriously, where is the professionalism? As far as I'm concerned, he could have easily said, it's unfortunate that gamers, feel that the controls have been changed, but they are mistaken. That's all they had to say. That's all they had to say. You'll come straight out and say you're on crack? What type of company destroys their fan base like that? Just beats down on their fan base. Where's the professionalism? I swear, people who say things like this, they need to be fired. There's no way that you can sit here and bag on customers like this. This is ridiculous. That's not even... Guys, I don't understand how anyone can back these guys after that. I'm sorry. I don't care if the game is good or not. All right? There's no way you can say, I'm going to let him talk to me like that because I want to play Battlefield 3. I'll just play Battlefield 3. I don't care what you guys say. That's bullshit. You don't let nobody talk to you like that. What's wrong with y'all? 28 copies and then they come out and say this? No. It's ridiculous. Anyways, in more news, everyone keeps saying, about the whole 28 copies. This has been a pretty big thing over the week, all right? 28 copies, for Call of Duty. So people are saying, well, what's Call of Duty going to do? They may just lose a lot of sales this year, which we all discussed, in previous videos. We don't think they will. But here's something for you. If you trade in, they made a deal with GameStop. If you trade in Battlefield 3, you'll get Modern Warfare 3 for 99 cents. Yes, for 99 cents. It goes to show you that this is the games that they're playing right now. And this is sad because more Battlefield 3 news. I got a lot of Battlefield 3 news for you guys, all right? Understand this. There's PC guys now on the forum that are talking about keeping Origins away from everything on your computer. Apparently, if you got it for PC, they can see everything. I told you this before that they'll be able to monitor you. But now they're saying you can see everything. And there's drastic steps to take on how they can't see everything that's in your contents in your computer. This is getting out of hand. Also, Battlefield 3 and Origins, has DRM on it. They didn't tell anybody about that. Has DRM. There's a screenshot in the info bar for you guys where customer service, a person said they were playing single player, and all of a sudden, the game kept freezing and it kept messing up. So they got the customer service and said, okay, what's the problem? Why can't I play my single player game? And they said it's because of, server issues, because the servers are down. A single player game, and because the servers are down, you can't play your game that you bought. Understand that. And the person says, but I'm playing offline. Does it matter? And the person says, no, it doesn't matter if you're offline or online. If the servers are down, you can't play your game. Understand that. This is where this DRM is becoming a problem. This is ridiculous. But I have more for you guys, all right? Because speaking of their customer service, a former EA employee comes out and pretty much trashes all their customer service policies. That's in the info bar for you. Guys, do you remember in E3 when Battlefield 3 said that 1943 would be part of Battlefield 3 on the Blu-ray disc? And then when you got your game, what happened? It wasn't on there. Am I correct? Wasn't on there. Why? Because the companies never told you that they pulled it. And then, check this out. People got mad and, complained, where's 1943 at? And EA says pretty much, yeah, we pulled it and they didn't tell anybody. But guess what they're going to do as a backup, to secure, to make you fans happy. This is their answer to making you guys happy. Check this out. EA is going to give you DLC a week earlier than what it is. That's their answer to it. Now, don't get me wrong, all right? Don't get me wrong. You're getting DLC. You still have to pay for it. Yeah, you still have to pay for it, but you're getting DLC. I don't understand. Releasing it a week earlier is a privilege to gamers these days, apparently. This is ridiculous. And yet people still back this shit, huh? You still back this shit. Then you wonder why I get so mad at companies. Then you wonder why every week I'm always jumping on them about this. I don't get this. But they say, you know, you still have to pay for it. We'll just release it a week earlier. No mention of what they're going to do with 1943 yet. No mention. All right. But this is their way of taking care of it. Now, in more news, because a lot of you guys keep saying, you know, online passes, you know, EA started this and that they're hurting. And I told you before, it's a lie that the used game market is hurting them. We've heard this from EA before, right? Then we heard that it was newfound money for EA. Well, EA CEO talks to Fox News about Battlefield 3's success and job opportunities in the company. They go on, and in the articles in Infobar, they go on about how they're making so much money and how they're pretty much rolling in dough and how Battlefield 3 has been a success pre-order-wise, and they've already made millions off of it, all right? And they're looking to fill 1,400 jobs. Mind you, that doesn't help with the 2009 layoffs that they made that cut 3,000 jobs. Understand that EA is rolling in money. They are rolling in it. And they sat here and they lied to you about the online pass, and yet people still believe this shit. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Anyways, let's move on. Call of Duty news, all right? Apparently, cheaters can't hide in Call of Duty anymore thanks to Call of Duty Elite. Now, pretty much if you buy Call of Duty Elite, it'll eliminate the cheating in your game, which then comes the question to me, what about people who don't buy Elite? Are you going to say it's okay for cheaters? Now, we all know that they're still going to try to catch cheaters, all right? But it's interesting because they say if you don't buy Elite, people who cheat in online games pretty much can't be caught. That's what they're telling you, all right? But pretty much you're paying so you don't cheat. Elite pretty much gives you free DLC when you're pretty much paying for DLC. It's like a pre-order for DLC, all right? Let's just call it what it is, all right? But it does seem blackmail, kind of blackmailish because it says, you know they're going to hunt down cheaters. As you notice, they're going to hunt down cheaters. And by now, they've found a way for everyone to pay for it. That's pretty much what this comes down to. That's what it is. And if you don't pay for it and they do find a cheater, they're going to tell you, well, maybe you should have bought Call of Duty Elite. That's what they're going to say. So if there's any problems with Call of Duty, with cheating and hacks, they're going to say, well, no, not enough people bought Elite. They're trying to force a standard here. They covered their bases on this. They're trying to force a standard. It's sad. And you guys have been asking me about this third-person Call of Duty that's supposed to be coming out. Yeah, well, it's been canceled. The third-person Call of Duty apparently was compelling, but it's been canceled because the people who were making it actually had a chance to work with Modern Warfare 3. They said that they couldn't pass up that opportunity. So they canceled the third-person Call of Duty game. So if you were looking forward to it, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Also, in more news. Yes, in more news. Check this out. Doom 4. That's right. A lot of you guys, Doom 4 has been indefinitely postponed due to Rage's disappointing launch. Now, I told you guys before that the developers came out and said if Rage does well, then Doom 4, you'll get it right away. But because Rage did so bad, hey, you're not going to get Doom 4 anytime soon. Maybe if you didn't put single player, DRM on there and lock people out and stuff, and online stuff, lock people out. Yeah, because you can't get to certain parts of the stages unless you buy it new in your single player experience. Maybe, just maybe, that wouldn't happen. But Rage, you shot yourself in the foot. I don't care. It's on you, all right? Don't feel bad for you at all. Anyways, yeah, that title, as far as I'm concerned, it's Rage, whatever. Anyways, in more news, it's some positive news, all right? Check this out, guys. This is for you gamers, all right? Two Tribes announces Toki Tori 2, and fans are invited to help with development. That's right, gamers. They're asking for you to help with them on development. So it makes, you know, like I said, when you let gamers come in and you see things, you know, you work together, that's a win-win for me. All right. Now, understand that they're not going to take everyone, like I said before, they're not going to take every fan's, you know, suggestions. But understand that they are giving you the opportunity to come out and help on the project. Just letting you guys know that should be fun. Anyways, let's take a break, guys. I have a weird video for you guys, which is really, really funny, all right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't seen it yet, check this new video out called Tokyo Jungle. When I first saw that video, I was just like, what the fuck is this? And then, you know, I just laughed the entire time. But it also reminds me of there's something that the game Africa, that's what it should have been. You know what I mean? Where you can hunt people down, but you know, you hunt things down, but hey, whatever it is. Anyways, let's move on, guys. I got some great news for you guys. Tenchu fans, that's right, your trilogy, it's coming, it's been planned. Sega is also developing Shenmue 3 for the PS3. So far, it is a rumor, all right? But for what we're seeing, everything that's in place, they just trying to keep it under wraps right now. I will be keeping a close eye on this. I'm just letting you know now, but as far as I'm concerned, this looks like this is going to happen, all right? Also, in more announcement news, GTA 5, I'm sure you guys know already, has been announced. However, what I have to show you guys, which is in the info bar, is a comparison to the game that was canceled not too long ago, 8 Days. Yeah, that game, yeah. The developer who left that company to work with GTA, apparently is using the same character model. That's right, using the same character model. He just took the character from 8 Days and put him into GTA 5. That's what they did. But let's keep moving on. Jurassic Park now has a game release date and a new trailer revealed, which is in the info bar for you guys if you're interested in it. Like I said, the game's going to probably play, like they said, it's going to play like Heavy Rain. So we'll see what happens. Also, here's something, Batman news, all right? The DLC for Catwoman is affecting many people who didn't even download the game. It goes to show you the DLC that you didn't even download is still hurting your game, all right? There's apparently a big bug. It's a corrupted DLC file or something. It goes to show you DLC is hurting people once again. If you cannot get this shit straight, don't attempt it. And you want to move on to the next generation, huh? Anyways, let's keep moving on. In more news, Binary Domain. I've been pushing this for a while now. Player classes and multiplayer details have been revealed. Link in the info bar for you guys. There's also a turn-based free-to-play soccer and global. You may like that, all right? Soccer game. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 Combat Wings has been dated. Starfire Studios show how to revolutionize a twin stick shooter with Fusion Genesis. You may like that. It's also in the info bar. Also, all these guys who keep saying that gamers whine and complain. Let me say something, all right? Without gamers complaining, all right, let me put it like this. The industry is built off of gamer concern. If we don't step up and complain about something, nothing will get fixed. Let's get that straight, all right? Also, I want to talk about this because the FTC, apparently gamers complained about company FrostWire. Apparently the FTC complaint actually helped FrostWire, the company, become better. It actually made them become better. So it goes to show you that complaining actually does get the job done. I've been telling you this time and time again. If you step up and you say something, you think something's wrong, say it. Say it. It actually helped the company. All right, so anyone say, oh, you're whining. They need to do their research and realize that gamers have always complained, have always had concerns throughout game history. This is how things get better. Now, that's why we have, now you want to talk about complaining, then we complain when developers don't listen to us. That solidifies what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's keep going on because in more garbage news, yes, garbage, all right, IGN. IGN. Man, IGN makes a fake review about Pixel Junk Side Scroller, right? Apparently the guy rushed through it, he didn't finish it, and then just tried to make up shit as he went along. Well, apparently he was called out by Dylan Cuthbert of Q Games, all right? So Damon Hatfield, who was the reviewer, pulls part of the review afterwards. That's right, he was caught. Now, as far as I'm concerned, he should have been fired right then and there, all right? He didn't finish the game. However, IGN fires back at the developer, but as far as I'm concerned, it's too late. They've been caught, that's it. It doesn't matter anything you have to say at that point. Once you have sat there and pretty much you pull half that review, it means you've lied. You've lied. That's what it means. It means you didn't take your job seriously enough. And you guys came out and said there's many people who actually take game reviewing seriously. You pay for your own games. You review these games on your own. You have so much passion for this, and yet you don't have a job at it. But yet these guys who don't take their job seriously, who can half-ass everything they do, yeah, they're still getting jobs. It's ridiculous. This guy needs to be fired as far as I'm concerned. But you know IGN won't because IGN is just spewing garbage as it is anyway. That's all they do. I don't know why people take them seriously. Anyways, let's keep going, all right? And some great news for you guys, positive news. Red Hill develops a game based off of Parkinson's disease therapy. That's right, starting to help people again. Also, Nintendo Marathon, that's right, has raised tons of money for charity. But there's more to that because in the marathon, there's just one part, but gamers all over the world decide to take place in this. And you see how much gamers raised. You know what? Let's look at the screenshot of just how much gamers raised for charity this week. So now the question has to be asked again. Why hasn't this been put on the news? That's what I want to know. Why isn't this? Anyone who watches the Daily News or whatever, you'll see, stupid articles or stupid, segments. This dog needs a home, so you can have a segment for dogs who need homes, but you don't have a segment for video gamers who are actually doing something positive for society and helping people. This makes no sense to me. And I want to talk about this because the industry, that's right, the industry itself, the video game industry, why haven't you pushed this to the forefront? And I say this because if you look at the links in the info bar, there are a ton of sponsors, there are a ton of companies, but you're not positively pushing this. You're not giving it the exposure it deserves. A lot of us should not have to go hunting around the internet to find these certain things. I should be able to turn on whatever homepage I have because they put celebrities on every homepage and everything else on every homepage. You want to tell me you don't have room for this? This is ridiculous. It goes to show you what people still think about gamers. That's what it is. And I've said this before, that certain news places, because I showed you on a video, that certain news places like Fox News, yeah, because they're owned by News Corp, and News Corp, they own IGN, certain places like that won't show things. They create a divide. Remember a couple weeks ago, or I should say a couple months ago, where NBC trashed gamers? Yeah, now we're finding out that NBC Universal actually backs G4 TV. Understand that they're playing the game here, that they're causing the divide. You gamers need to smarten up because you're being played. You are. You have to wake up. Understand what's going on here. But let's keep going. Because, for those who don't know, Tetris has been hailed as an excellent treatment for post-traumatic stress disorder. That's right. And also, and this is actually from G4 TV, there was a study that they covered apparently, games may help kids with lazy eyes. That's right. I don't need this anymore, guys and girls. Let's get to the bottom of this, all right? Look, I understand that people love games. I understand that people love possibly Battlefield 3, but you cannot let a company sit here and talk down to you like that. That is a disrespect. I swear, let's put it like this. They would never say that to anyone's face. Oh, you're on crack, unless they thought that that person is very weak. I put it like this, because if you said that down here to somebody, oh, you're on crack, the first thing that's going to come out of someone's mouth is, what the fuck you say? That's grounds for an ass whipping. Guys, there's a difference between being angry at fans or trying to retaliate in a certain way and being professional. And we've seen this time and time again throughout how many weeks now? We've seen reviewers go off on people. We've seen developers go off on people. This is getting out of hand. Now, granted, it's not like when Capcom was like, oh, you're all sheep, when they said that. This is worse. Because now you're saying, oh, everyone's on crack because they don't agree with what you're saying. They think that the controls are different. You could have handled it better than what you did. And as far as I'm concerned, those type of statements should be a grounds to be fired. I don't understand what type of company they're running over there, but that's ridiculous. And if they say, well, it's only a video game company, it doesn't matter, well, then I'll say, well, then it's only a video game, it doesn't matter, I can take it or leave it. So if you're going to be a business, because that's what people keep saying, oh, it's a business, well, then act like a business then. You should know better not to say that. You should know better to watch your mouth. And it goes with developers too. You cut out the middleman with the PR guys mostly these days, all right? You cut out the middleman with testers these days mostly. You have to understand if you cannot, and I mean cannot be somewhat mature about speaking in retaliation when it comes to fan complaints, then you shouldn't be speaking. It's really that simple. And if you want to try to make yourself look like a badass thing that's going to make you cool or that you're Hollywood, you're not Hollywood, man. You're not. I don't understand this. And it seems like developers are taking this more and more, this Hollywood approach more and more. I don't care what people say. I'm going to make this, and we're going to try to make a movie out of it. And all that. You've got the wrong intentions for your games. The wrong intentions. Oh, we're just trying to get Call of Duty numbers. Right there off the bat, you've got the wrong intentions. I understand that you need to make money, but as you know, in this industry, if anyone's been playing it since the 80s, games have never made as much money as they are today. Never. All right, they never did. And for them to still complain and say that they need more or that they want more, you're never satisfied until you break it. That's what it is. You've messed up the formula. The formula was fine. Now you've messed it up. And now you've pissed off gamers. You pissed off reviewers because every time we see it, we're just pointing, this review's bad because of this. And they're just pointing back and forth and arguing. We saw it earlier this week with IGN. It doesn't help anyone. We see developers fighting developers. It's a joke. There's a difference between competition and just going off the handle. No way should fans be pre-ordering 28 copies of Battlefield 3. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that guy, so he needs to be sedated as far as I'm concerned. There's no reason that this needs to keep going the way it is. And I'm telling you now, if it keeps going this way, and I'm telling you, if Call of Duty, if that Elite package, if that does well, get ready to start paying for more games monthly or whatever, all right? Because that's going to be the excuse. If you don't pay for this, we can't stop such and such. You're going to see that more and more. The online pass, as we've seen today, hasn't helped. We've seen DRM, not help, it's just hurting people. We've seen DLC, hurting people with Batman. Any way you see it, this is going to get worse until the gamers step up and say we've had enough. The problem is we have too many gamers out there who think that the companies are always right, that they don't care what anyone else thinks. They just want to play a game. I told you those days are over. Those days are over. You got to know what you're getting yourselves into. And they're playing all of you. Even all of us that fight against it, we look bad because of the fact that there's other gamers out there saying, fuck you, I don't care. And that's who they listen to. It's sad. I don't know, guys. Anyways, regardless, it has been a good week. Like I said, positive news is a good week, especially for what gamers have done. I applaud you guys for stepping up for that charity, and I applaud Annan for stepping up and knocking out those fucking freak-ass pedophiles. Fuck them, all right? I really hope they get each and every one of them. I really do. It's really that simple, guys. Just look at the positives. I understand I gave you a lot of bad things, but look at the positives and understand, like I said, understand what's going on. Use this. I'll talk to y'all then. Y'all have a good week and y'all be safe. I'm out.